Winter is a time of rest for gardens and gardeners. Welcome to Smell Like Dirt. As much as I love gardening in the spring and summer, I also enjoy putting the gardens to bed for the winter as well. And we had a killing frost last night, which is a great opportunity to cut down this English-style garden and to mulch it with compost, getting it ready for the cold winter months ahead. This has been a particularly tough year on the garden. We've had a drought all summer. We had record high temps in August and September. And although it looked gorgeous earlier this summer, I think it's tired and ready to call it quits for this year. Cleaning up the garden is a great time to not only get rid of what got killed by the frost, but it also gives you time to assess the garden, decide what worked, what didn't, and if you made any mistakes, either remove them or transplant them. And this Rudbeckia is one of the mistakes that I've made. It's not the regular black-eyed Susan. As you can see, it's a much taller variety, and I didn't know that whenever I planted it, which is a good example of why you need to read the little tags that come with the plants when you buy them. So this is too tall for this space, so I'm going to move this plant back closer to the fence so that it is a better spot for it and it doesn't block the view of other plants in the garden and our fountain. But all gardeners make mistakes, and that's okay. The important thing is that you learn from them. And this is another mistake I made. I love the scarlet hibiscus, but it's in the wrong place. It gets so tall that it blocks our view of the backyard when we're sitting on the porch. So I'm going to cut this back and dig it up and transplant it to a better place in the garden. Most of the plants in the garden are native to this area, and I don't deadhead, choosing instead to let the flowers go to seed so it provides food for the birds. And it looks like the birds have pretty much stripped this of all seeds. But just in case, I'm going to throw this after I cut it onto the brush pile. That way, it will provide cover for wildlife, and if there are any seeds left, the birds can eat them out there. In fact, all of this is going to go on the brush pile. I'm not going to put it in the compost pile for a couple of reasons. Number one, I've got plenty of leaves already. Secondly, because of the drought and the heat this summer, the plants were under a lot of stress. And in that condition, they're more susceptible to disease and insects, and it's possible they've been taken advantage of. And I don't want to put that in my compost pile. Secondly, and more importantly, is I have a lot of host plants for butterfly caterpillars. And it'd be impossible to inspect everything to make sure that there aren't any chrysalis on there. So I'm going to throw everything on the brush pile. Again, it provides cover for wildlife, and the chrysalis will do just fine there over the winter. And then when it gets warm in the spring, they'll emerge as butterflies. Tools you're going to need for this particular job are good clippers, gloves, knee pads or a bucket to sit on, and a good bag. A wheelbarrow nearby will give you a place to throw your cuttings and make it easy to take out to the brush pile. And fall's a great time to do planting. You can get some awesome deals at local garden centers, or if you've got any plants in pots, you might want to consider transplanting them right into your garden. Once I've got everything transplanted, I'll empty the pots, clean them out really well, and then store them for next spring. Once I'm done here and everything's cut back and cleaned out, I'll bring in compost and spread about 1 inch throughout the whole garden. That will help improve the garden soil. It'll also protect the plants from freezing in the wintertime, and it'll give them a great start in the spring. So I hope you'll consider fall as a time to put your gardens to rest and reassess what worked and what didn't, and start making plans on what you're going to do next year. Thank you for joining us. My name is Carol Bowie Jackson, and here's hoping you smell like dirt.